Hey Wayne, how you doing? Jefferson here. I just want to go through step by step, basically some of the things that I do to make my life easier when I look for subs. Um, but before I do that, I actually just stumbled across something that you may be familiar with that I wanted to share with you first. So I just got hired to basically be the go-to guy for a coach who wants to have systems set up to, take care of all of the needs that he has for his growing business. And he made me, well, he didn't make me, he asked me to take this wealth dynamics test. And I'll tell you right now, I hate tests. I hate taking this type of stuff. I think it's like the equivalent of doing my horoscope. However, he paid for it for me, and I went and took it, and the results were actually very interesting. And the reason why I'm bringing this up first is because I don't know. I'm not gonna go there yet. The reason why I bring this up is I found out some interesting information about myself and where I follow. I'm apparently a mechanic out of all the choices that you can be. What are all the choices? Where's the little flashy? What the hell is it? There it is. There it is. Of all the things she can be, I was a mechanic. Okay, there's mechanic, creator, star. I wanted to be a star. Supporter, a lord, accumulator, trader, deal maker, whatever. So this is basically how it plotted out for me based on the 25 questions I answered. Where I'm going at with this is it might be interesting. Like I said, I could give a rat's ass about these tests. This one seemed to be pretty useful and clarified some things that I may or may not have already known. And it might do the same thing for you. So, it's up to you. If you want to take this test, I will happily pay for it for you and send you a copy and suggest that you do it. Like I said, it's 25 questions. It'll take you shit, it took me like 10 minutes because I went through it really quick. They only give you 30 seconds per question anyway. So that's what this test is all about. I think it might be helpful for you, okay? The reason why I think this will be helpful for you is you may find out that trying to learn how to be a GC or whatever might not be of your best interest, okay? That's where the connection is. So regardless of that, I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you what I do on Elance to find subs. So obviously the first key thing is clarity. You have to be 110% clear on exactly what you want. If you can get 90% of the way there, I would say you have to get at least 90% of the way there before you even take your time writing the description. Because what's going to happen is if you're not at least 90% clear, people are going to start asking you questions, and you're going to have to spending time going back and forth clarifying what the hell you meant here. So it really behooves you to take the time to rethink over and over and over what did you want here. And so I'm going to give you an example of a graphic design job that I did. I'm going to give you like 2 or 3 examples. This was a header for my website, pretty straightforward. This is actually the marketing with peace header that I had done. And so what I always do is very clear, very to the fact, boom, 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 what I want, when I want it, and then I give many examples. So in this case, I need a header image. This is the size, and then obviously with a clause saying that, hey, it might have to be resized because I haven't got that far yet, so just be aware of that. Gave them a mock-up of what I'm looking for, so they have an actual visual of what I'm looking for. Gave them the headline, subheadline, and then gave them some more ideas for inspiration, and what else? I gave them the images to use, when I want it done, etc. So I had a pretty clear idea of what I was looking for already, and they basically just had to kind of make something similar to that. Okay, so this is an example of when I had something very clear that I wanted. So the instructions didn't have to be too complicated, but they still had to be clear. Now let me give you an example of something that I had no idea what to do. Whoops. Yeah. And it's not my workroom. Go over here. Give me a second here. I am with a really bad Mexican connection. Okay. Oh, here's a good example. Traffic generation and lead something. I myself wasn't entirely clear of exactly what I wanted to do. I never even wound up hiring. So, as you can see, I'm currently trying to do the following. That's already not that clear. I want to get traffic to a new niche website and build my list of leads. And basically what I was looking here, I gave really specific goals and stuff. But really at the end of the day, I wasn't clear. At least it seems like it's clear here, but I wasn't clear. So put this all together, ask for some people to to bid on it. And one of the things I do to weed people out from the beginning is I ask them to do something in this description. Okay, something simple to see that they're following directions. So this is what I put. If you bid on this job, please submit an outline as to your strategy to achieve the above goals. Please tell me in less than 250 words. Why in less than 250 words? Because unless they know what the hell they're doing, it's going to take them 3 pages long to tell me what their strategy is. Most of the time, people who know what they're doing can tell you very quickly what they're going to do with bullet points. So I give them a short window or small window of actually description, explanation. And the other thing, too, is for the people that don't follow directions, they don't do this. And many of the people that actually applied for this did not do that. And they just kind of cut and pasted whatever they cut and pasted to everybody because that's what they did. And so you weed them out pretty quickly. So that's a really good way to weed people out, is ask them to do something for you in here. Another thing you can do, which I won't be able to find it, but you can put something to the extent of I need you to send, you need to have at least 3 samples of your work, or send me 3 samples of your work. And most of the time, people who have a lot of experience already have a really good track record, and they will actually send you to the work that they've already done. So those are the people you want to look for. The people who don't have any work at all. So then there's another class of people. There's people that don't have any work at all because they just don't have the experience. And then there's people who do have work, but they don't show it. So that comes down to you are looking for a job, but you're not showing your work. So what's kind of going on here? So I kind of weed people out that way that don't get the connection between, you should show some samples or make them as easy as possible for me to find. So I use those as ways to weed people out as well. And the other thing I do to weed people out is obviously, look at their reviews. I know there's a lot of people here. I look at their reviews and how much money they've earned and how many jobs that they've done, and of course their portfolio. But there's always going to be people who don't have anything because they're just getting started out, and that's kind of a gamble. But there's so many people on Elance that you don't really have to take those gambles. I mean, even if they're totally undercharging, there's still people that are charging a decent salary that have experience, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's another thing you can do, is go through there. So that's another step that I do. And I think that's pretty much it. So maybe I'm making this too simple. Maybe I'm missing some stuff. I don't know, but this is kind of how I go. The 3 steps, like I said, is clarity. Be super clear to begin with, and then tell people exactly what you want. If you don't know what you want, give as much guidance as you can. So if you're doing some new project for some graphic design or something artsy-fartsy, at least give samples of things that you like. That usually helps to get people kind of steered in the right path. There are people that work fine without that, but that's up to you. So that helps. And what else? Go through and tell people what you want, and then obviously do your research as far as your screening goes, and then start small. I mean, that's the other thing I forget. Start small. So I always do really small projects, and if the people get them done on time to the quality that they promised, then I'll hire them back again. Like the last thing I ever do is go on one of these sites and put together some really staged or multifaceted job, and try and do that, because that's just a fucking nightmare. So that's another thing. So I think those are all the tips that I have to offer. And like I said, lastly, before you go this route, go ahead and take a look at this. Take a look at the where's the website? I don't know if you can see that website up there, the wealthdynamicscentral.com. But yeah, if you go there, I'll put a link to it in the email. Check it out, and if you're interested in this, I will happily. What did I just do? I will happily purchase it for you and send it over, just so you can kind of have it and see what you find. At the most, you can compare it to your horoscope. At the least, you may find some confirmations that you already were aware of, but you just kind of needed something written down concrete to kind of firm it up for you. So anyway, you let me know what you want, and I will happily provide it for you. In the meantime, this has been my video, and I will talk to you soon.